These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording on Monday, March 27th, the day after the Celtics took down the San Antonio Spurs, a couple days after they took down the Indiana Pacers. Been a good stretch for the Celtics. They're starting to bring it back, bring the flow back. I saw somebody on Twitter say the Celtics just really trolled everybody for a couple weeks and then got back to normal. Kind of feels like what happened, but, they're back. But before we get into that, sports betting is legal in Massachusetts. We talked about it in pregame. I'm on FanDuel. My brother is on FanDuel. My family, we're FanDuel DraftKings family nowadays. So I've been making some bets. Sam, I know you bet as well. How have you been? How's your betting been going lately?
I really don't bet too much. I usually just kind of take the picks that are given to me. I'm not really paying attention, but I will say UConn, W UConn.
I told you I picked them, right?
I think Devin did.
I bet on them to win it all before the tournament started.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, $10
what was
to win.
The odds on that?
2,100.
Yeah, so you're gonna probably get paid because they're just killing everybody.
Yeah, it's great.
They're just literally steamrolling everyone.
My thing though is like that's kind of a win-win for me because like UConn wins, I win money. If like FAU wins, that's just kind of cool. Like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying?
You might want to start hedging.
Just betting on everybody else a little bit.
Yeah, no, like that's a real thing.
Maybe
because Ray Rat, he had the Phillies to win the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have told this story on here. And he had the future. It was like 5 to win like 600 or something. And they get there, win game 1 against Houston. I'm like, hey, you should throw like 200 on the Astros. They're plus money right now. And then you win either way. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And then I said, okay, I hope they lose. And then they lost. And as soon as they lost, I sent him a message and I was like, get fucked. Get fucked. I told you to hedge and you didn't.
How much did he have on the Phillies?
It was like 15 to win 600, but he could have won at least like $200.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's funny.
He walked away with nothing. Get fucked.
That's funny. I'll have to examine the odds for the other teams in the final quarter because I have to imagine UConn's probably the favorite at this point. So
yeah, I would guess so. Yes.
That's got me thinking. Now I got to look live, and the podcast listeners are gonna have to listen to me do it. Let's see. National champion. UConn is the favorite, and the other three are plus 360, plus 490, plus 600. Might have to put $20 on each, so I get a little money no matter what. You're kind of right.
Well, you should actually just bet against UConn both games.
Yeah, but like,
because then you're guaranteed, or you even just bet the spread. So if you bet, let's say UConn plays Miami. So if UConn's favored and Miami's plus whatever, you can literally win both bets. You can still have UConn win as long as Miami covers. And then you can really get paid. That's actually the way you should do it.
We'll take a look. But my newest favorite thing, and it's like it combines the gambler in me and the just like I like guessing stuff. Do you know, like, does that make sense? Like I just like looking at stuff. I like guessing the final score of games. That's become my new favorite thing. Nothing crazy. I just put a $1 bet on every game tonight to guess the final score of every single NBA game that's going on tonight. And there's like a tiny chance I win. But like, for example, I bet the Knicks to win 118 to 104, $1 wins 311. You know what I'm saying? It's just like dumb, right? It's dumb. It's never going to hit, but it's fun. But my real bets tonight, I put a parlay down on 5 games. I bet Bucks minus 13. They're playing the Pistons. Looking okay. Looking like it could happen. I bet Pacers plus 6.5. They're down by a lot right now, but the Mavericks, I trust them to collapse because they've been terrible.
Mavericks is laughing stock. I could talk to you about the Mavericks probably more than the Celtics today just because it's hilarious. And I've been writing a ton of the Mavericks, but it's really funny.
Gotta trust them to collapse. Nuggets minus 7 over the Embiid-less Sixers. So I think
Embiid clearly doesn't want the MVP. Yep. Like he said he doesn't care. And then he was like, you know what? I don't care so much. I'm not going to play.
Kings minus 6.5 over the Wolves, and then Bulls plus 4.5 over the Clippers. So that's my bet today. I also bet a parlay that was created by FanDuel. Jokic 20+ points, Devin Booker 25+, Luka Doncic 30+, plus 200 odds. Not bad. So we'll see anything fun happens there. But yeah, that's what I got. I thought it was fun. I really just like guessing the final scores thing because I think it's fun. I just thought that's
the most random thing to like really enjoy.
I don't know. I like it because now I'm gonna keep track of the scores and I'm gonna keep watching and gonna see what happens. Because like
you're never gonna win. You're eventually gonna like. Let's see, how many games are there a day? Did you do every single game today?
I did, but I'm not gonna do that every day. I'll probably pick one game a day.
I was gonna say like, all right, like you're really gonna lose a lot of money fast.
No, I can cash out. I can cash out immediately though if I want to take them out. Like it's just giving me the option to cash out like my full money immediately. I do have a couple futures in too. I have the UConn one. I have a 2-leg parlay. It was like $20 to win 7, so it's not good odds, but I'm just super confident that it's gonna happen. That I made it anyways. I ever
tell you about the March Madness parlay I did a couple years ago?
No, what is this?
So I was at work for March Madness and I was working a night. It was probably Friday, and I bet a bunch of games. And I just throw Ohio State in there. It was minus 2,000 just to give myself like $5 extra. And that was the only one that lost. They lost to Oral Roberts in the first round. They were 2 versus 15.
I think I do remember this. We talked about this on this
I was
podcast.
so mad. I was like, man, I even bet like a game that was the NIT on accident just because I'm an idiot. And it still hit like everything won for me except for Ohio State.
That's a disaster.
Yeah, I was like sitting there. I was like, wow, this really is terrible. And it went into overtime money too.
How much would you brought home if they?
Oh, I don't remember. It was like 20 to win something.
Oh man, that's very tough. You hate to see it. No, but yeah, I've been enjoying FanDuel lately. It's been good, especially because I'm playing
insurance.
True, especially because I'm playing with
probably
house
the best thing I ever invented.
My dad took insurance the other day.
I got to meet your dad and Uncle Dan.
Yes,
and Henry, who was awake. To my surprise,
Henry, for those listening, has narcolepsy.
I thought you guys would just be like wheeling him around while he slept.
No, he stays up pretty well. He's gotten better. He takes the meds. No, but yeah, game was fun. I met Mr. LaFrance as well. It was fun. Celtics took care of business, which was also good. We don't have to talk about the Pacers game too much, but we can jump into the Spurs game because the Spurs game and the Pacers game we're pretty much the same. The Celtics just taking care of business ever since Robert Williams came back. As much as I think it's like, and you can lump the Kings game in with this too, even though I'm not sure if we did talk about the Kings game, but lump it all in, right? Last 3 games have been blowouts. I think Robert Williams coming back sort of refreshed the team's mindset in a way, if that makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like they got their team fully healthy. They're sticking with Derek White in the starting lineup, which I wrote about for Celtics blog. It was either out today or it's going to be out tomorrow, which because I think they should keep it. I talked about it on the last pod. Go listen. Everyone's back healthy. Even when Jason Tatum missed a game, you know, that you could tell they were still locked in. Even when the Spurs put up an ungodly amount of points in the first quarter against them, they were still locked in. It just seems like they found their rhythm again. And if they're playing at this level, I was on Celtics Talk Radio with our friend Kevin this morning.
Yes,
I was talking about it. It just seems like when they're playing at this level, there really aren't many teams that can beat them because like this is the team we saw at the start of the season. This is the team everyone's been begging for, and they just kind of messed around for a couple weeks and now they're back.
Yeah, well, after the Spurs game, Brogdon was like, "We really want that 1 seed," and I was like, "You should have acted like that a couple weeks ago."
Like you had it. you did have the.
You only had it for like 80% of the year, and then you stopped trying for like 2 weeks while Milwaukee was winning every game. I'm happy that they're winning games again. I'm happy that they look confident. Thought they looked really great against the Kings. Just to circle back to that was an important game, last game of the road trip. Really could have been a disaster road trip. Had they lost that game, Sacramento's a good team, 3rd in the West. They've been having an unbelievable year considering what people thought of them at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
People like us still calling them fun, so you have to take it with a grain of salt. But nonetheless, good win by the Celtics. Then they come home, beat up on the Pacers, which was pretty great. And then they do the same to the Spurs. Tatum gets a day off. Jaylen Brown has himself a day, gets a standing ovation from the crowd. And the funny thing is there were still people trying to spin zone it that like he didn't care that people were clapping for him.
Yeah, that article was so dumb.
Did you see that?
Yeah, like I didn't read it, I didn't click on it, but like you could tell, and I saw everyone else talking about it. Like, there's literally a video of him waving to the crowd when they're clapping
Yeah,
for him.
he
Like,
like takes his mask off and almost tips it like a cap in
yeah,
baseball.
so dumb, so dumb. But yeah,
41
like
points for the man. He was on a mission. He had another great Derek White game. He had what, 20 points and 8 assists? Something close to that. Brogdon
Derek
off the
White.
bench gave you a nice spark. Yep.
Mhm. Yeah,
Again, Rob Williams looking springy once again. Double digits off the bench for him.
love it.
Smart ejected. Didn't
Yes.
see it, but I did see he was ejected. Don't know why.
He seemed surprised. He was like confused with the ejection. Like he looked at Joe. He was like, "I didn't say anything. I don't know what happened." Um, just weird. I don't really have anything on it. Just like whatever. Like move on from it. Basically, is my take. But yeah, Celtics played really well. Everyone, stepped up their game. Derek White, like you said, 19 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Marcus Smart, 13, 3 and 4. Purdue was ejected. 11 and 8 off the bench for Rob. 25 and 9 off the bench for Brogdon. He was huge. Jaylen Brown had 41, 13 and 3. Hauser made a couple shots, grabbed some rebounds. Everyone kind of just did their job. Grant Williams made a shot, grabbed some rebounds. Al Horford made a couple shots, grabbed some. Like everyone just did what they were supposed to do, and that's really all everybody's been asking of the Celtics lately. So it's nice.
We really don't ask for them to do that much, except for not be the absolute worst. Here we are back with that saying. Feels like the playoffs last year again. I really hope I don't have to say it this year's playoffs. I really hope I don't.
You're gonna. You're gonna. It's gonna happen.
I know I am gonna. I can't wait till they come out and lose game 1 to like the Nets or something. And I'm like flipping out. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You just like tried for 2 weeks before the season ended, tried to get the number 1 seed. Now you're going to suck again.
It's going to be like, what was it? 2016, 2015 when they lost
2017
to the Bulls, when they lost to the Bulls twice to open the playoffs. Yeah.
That was crazy. That was like the sky is falling moment.
Yep. And they brought it right back. They
Rondo got
right
hurt
back.
and then they won 4 straight and that was it.
Pretty much. I do want to expand upon Jaylen Brown a little bit. And I want to bring up something I said earlier in the season because I truly mean it. When you want 30 points, Jason Tatum is the player. But I said this earlier this season. If you want a bucket, Jaylen Brown is the person you put the ball in the hands of, right? The way he gets to his spots, the way he bullies players to get down into the lane. Like I'm sure you saw the possession against Devin Vassell last night where he literally just bullied him, went through his chest and got a free layup. As much as Jason Tatum maybe can do that, that's just not as much his game. And Jaylen Brown has made it a point to make it his game. You'll see Jason Tatum play in the post. You'll see him back guys down. You'll see him do the turnaround. And he's gotten better at playing through contact in the last few games, right? It's something people were begging of him and he's been a lot better. But at its core, that's just never been his game, and it's probably never going to be his game. And it wasn't Jaylen Brown's game for a while, but over the last 2 years, he's developed his game to the point where he can do that. He can, bully somebody in the lane, get to the basket. He can pick a spot in the mid-range, dribble there, back a guy down, turn around, hit a shot. He's not ever going to be the facilitator. He's not going to be the playmaker. He shouldn't have the ball in his hands, every possession, because that's just not who he is. But playing him out there,
unless you like turnovers.
Yeah, playing him out there with the Marcus Smart, with the Derek White, with the Malcolm Brogdon, like he did against the Spurs, like that is the Jaylen Brown this Celtics teams need. When Jason Tatum is cold, Jaylen Brown is right there. Even when Jason Tatum's hot, they have you can't leave Jaylen Brown. Right, because he can just get you a bucket at any point, and I think that's the value in Jaylen Brown. He is maybe this is obscene to say, top 10 bucket getter in the league. Like you put the ball in his hands and you want a bucket, Jaylen Brown is the guy. Right?
You know what's funny is that never happens though.
What do you mean?
Like when the Celtics need a bucket, it doesn't go to Brown; it goes to Tatum. He's the
That's
one
the
getting the
ironic
last
part.
shot, which is fine. But I think what you're saying is true. And that being said, it is kind of strange that Jaylen Brown never has a chance to try and win a game.
I think it's slightly different, and I'm not saying I disagree with you because I do think he should have the ball in his hands more, but I think it's different when it's a set play. Because if it's a set play and Jason Tatum can, do that backcourt play where he drives up, is able to set his feet, one dribble, pull up, he's the better player. Objectively, he just is. And overall, I'm not saying Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum is obviously better than Jaylen Brown. Like, I love Jaylen Brown. He's awesome. It's just clear as day. But on like a random possession in the second quarter, you need a bucket because the other team's on a run. Give it to Jaylen Brown. Let him go to work. Right? That's just the type of player he is. That's the player the Celtics need him to be. And it's extremely valuable. And you saw that against the Spurs because when you need him to, he can step up and be the one option.
What's better than Jaylen Brown when he's hot? Watching Jaylen Brown just put buckets on teams is one of the best things ever. Because he truly has turned up since he broke his face. He's been unreal. He's shooting almost 50% from the field, maybe more than that. I honestly don't
on
know
the
if I'm right
season or
wrong.
since the break.
Since he came back from hurting himself, which I think is just since the All-Star break.
I'll take a look.
He's been on a tear. I mean, he's super efficient. He's super efficient from three. He's probably at like 45%. He's just so much better. One of the things he struggled with all year was that 3-point percentage. He was just shooting a bunch and they weren't dropping. Now that he's starting to make them, he's even more dangerous. When the playoffs come around, you're going to need that type of efficiency. You're going to need him to be able to get you those points and be someone you can rely on the perimeter. Because
since the All-Star break, 28.5 points, 6.8 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 51.4 from the field, 38.8 from three.
That's great.
Nuts. Phenomenal.
What else can you ask for? Not much.
And to please Sam, only 6.5 threes a night.
Yeah, I wonder what the correlation is there.
He's
you know what it is? He's just not
better.
taking the bad ones.
Exactly. He's taking his spots, and it's working wonders for him.
Somebody
by
tell
the way,
Tatum. Tatum, by the way, is just in the line of fire all the time now. My knee-jerk reaction is just to crap on him.
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted about it today, but I also had seen something. Like Klay Thompson quote tweeted some highlight clip from March 6th, and it was like saying Klay, Lillard, and Tatum are like reigning in threes, and I would like almost like instantly quote tweet. It was like, "You sure?" But I did not.
Speaking of threes, I just pulled up the stats like since the break, and I'm looking at them. Tatum 9.7 a game, 29.4 from
Yeah,
three.
too many. Too
Also,
many threes.
just because I know you hate him, Julius Randle's taking 9.9 threes a game since the break.
Yeah, but he's probably shooting better than Tatum.
36.2%.
Yeah. But if you're a Knicks fan, you shouldn't want that.
Well, they're 9-6 in those games, so I don't think they're complaining too much.
What are the Celtics? I'm just curious.
9-5.
Yeah.
With Tatum. 10-5.
They're like, what, 7-2 in their last 9, though?
The Celtics?
Yeah. I believe I saw it on Twitter today. Since they lost to the Cavs, they've been on a tear. Number one offense, number one defense.
Yeah, 7-2.
7 out of 9. And they might be back.
They seem back. And I know the Jazz loss. I think if it wasn't for that Jazz loss, the narrative would have shifted a long time ago, because that really was, it felt like one of those games that in the general course of a season is an outlier, and it's just a tough one to lose because you get killed on the glass. You're missing, your big men. Because I think Rob and Al were both out for that game, right?
Yep. They were both out.
So,
it was
like,
the second night of a back-to-back.
If the Brooklyn, New York, and Cleveland games don't happen, I think people just be like, yeah, that sucks. It is what it is. But like that, and even the Houston one, like that sucks. But like if it wasn't right after the Cleveland, Brooklyn, New York games, whatever. But 7-2 in their last 9 games. Great basketball again. Jaylen Brown has been on a heater. Like not enough good things to say.
Keep it up. Playoffs, what?
Been
3 weeks
good.
away? 2 weeks away?
Not long. Not long.
Can't wait.
Very close.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know
you're
you're
excited.
No, let's talk about the Celtics playoffs just for a brief second here.
All right.
Right now, if the playoffs started today, well, first, do you think they'll get the 1 seed?
No.
In your gut reaction, you think
No.
they don't get the 1 seed?
Because even if they go and beat Milwaukee on Thursday, Milwaukee still has to lose again.
I think they have an okay chance. I think they have a higher chance than a lot of people give them the credit for. I don't think they'll get it. I think Milwaukee will probably win too many games. That being said, Milwaukee does have the Celtics on Thursday, the Sixers on Sunday, and then after that they have Memphis as well on the 7th. And inside that, like they have Washington, Chicago, Toronto. So like not great teams, but like they're not playing the Pistons 4 times. You know what I'm saying? So like
yeah,
there's some other okay teams in there. Speaking of, they're beating
Celtics still would have to be almost perfect though. And knowing them, they'd like screw it up even though they want the 1 seed really bad, Brogdon says, but they'd like go play. Let's see, who do they have left? I know they play Toronto a couple times. They did just come out and lose that,
Mm-hmm.
or lose to Washington.
In my personal opinion, it only matters for the sake of a game 7 against the Bucks, and like obviously that's a big deal. But outside of that, like I like first round matchup. If the Celtics stay at 2, which it seems like they're doing okay, Philadelphia, they're 2.5 games up on Philly right now. They're rebuilding that lead. Excuse me, sorry. The play-in tournament right now is looking like Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago, and Miami and Brooklyn are tied for 6-7 right now. So that could change on a moment's notice. So lump all those in. If you're the 1 in the 2 seed, you're playing one of Brooklyn, Miami, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago. Out of those teams, like as much as you look at Miami and Toronto and say don't really want to play them because they're annoying, like
Toronto, I don't care. Miami's the only one. I
Mhm.
don't buy into Toronto. Miami's just annoying because Jimmy turns up. Spo's a great coach,
Sure.
and like last year, I would have told you the Celtics were going to kick the shit out of them. They didn't. Like
So
it took
then
them 7 games to beat that team.
In that case, you root for Miami to get the 6 seed, and
Yes.
then you're looking at Brooklyn, Atlanta, Toronto, Chicago / if the Indiana makes a miracle run. But like out of those, if I'm being completely honest with you, I might want to play the Pacers the least because like, and that's a joke, obviously, but like it doesn't matter at that point. The Nets gave you some trouble. They made that comeback, but over the course of a 7-game series, they don't have the offensive firepower. They just don't.
Well, you beat the Nets when they were good.
Yeah, exactly. The Hawks don't have the defense. They can't keep up.
And they've
beat them up every time
on the
you play.
Hawks every time they've had the chance.
Exactly. The Raptors are a little annoying because Nick Nurse, and they got a lot of guys who try hard. They got Jakob Pertl in
now
town
that you say that, I really don't want to have to deal with that dumbass mouth agape, glasses wearing guy the whole series.
That's the annoyance.
I just can't do it.
That's the annoyance. Chicago's frustrating a little because they got the size and they beat you earlier in the season, but like over a 7-game series, 7-game series though, I know how much you don't like Zach LaVine. Like, let's be real. So, as much as the 1 seed would be
great, if they
great,
lost to Zach LaVine in a playoff series, like that's like Sam opens that window back there and jumps. Like that's what the
if they
title
lose
card
to Zach
says.
LaVine in the playoffs, you have to buy a Zach LaVine jersey. Deal?
All right, deal.
Okay, cool. Same with Julius Randle. If they lose to the Knicks, you have to buy a Julius Randle jersey.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Keep this pod down, Landon. Secretary, you can be the pod secretary. Mark this down if it happens, which I hope it doesn't. But past that,
Randall's terrible. I mean, that guy's so bad.
You go into the second round. Celtics would have probably the Cavs, right? And that's a frustrating matchup. But like again, I was saying this on Celtics Talk Radio earlier today. I was talking with Kevin. There's really only one team in the entire league that like makes me flinch if I'm the Celtics, right? And that's not to say they can't beat the Bucks in a 7-game series. I think they can, but if I'm the Celtics, that's the only team that gives me any sort of pause. Out west, out east, anything.
And also, they've played Milwaukee pretty well.
They have
beat them on Christmas. Should have beat them with all the fellas playing. And now we'll see Thursday. Thursday is going to be a playoff type game in Milwaukee. It is essentially to see if the Celtics are still alive for the 1 seed.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see what they're made of. You're going to see if they try. Mm-hmm. I sure hope they do. But if you really lose bad, so you can say you weren't trying.
Maybe Milwaukee punts it like they did last year.
That wouldn't make any sense, though.
I know. I'm just messing.
Last year, them punting it was something else.
I think the Celtics should be feeling good heading into the playoffs, though. Like they're playing good basketball again.
Ask me in a
3-game winning streak. Sure. But the other thing is there any team out west that scares you at all?
No. Maybe Golden State.
That's what I was going to say. But even then, like,
I don't know if Golden State's getting that far.
It would be a home series. They're not winning on the road. They're not winning shit on the road.
Hey, they've won their last 2 on the road. 2-0 in their last 2. Have some respect.
You get golf claps for the team that hasn't won 10 road games.
That's crazy. That is so insane. Imagine if they were halfway decent on the road, how nasty they'd be.
Right?
Like they'd probably be 52. They'd probably be number 1 in the West. Just because there's not that like much of a powerhouse out there right now.
Let's take a look. I can tell you. They would have 10 more wins if they were 500 on the road. If they were
Right.
500 on the road, they would have 10 more wins. They would be 49-27.
Yeah, they'd be
Second
what,
seed.
third?
Second seed in the West.
Second.
They were 500 on the road. Crazy.
Bad loss for them yesterday.
Bad loss at home. You can't lose that to the Timberwolves. Bad loss. But out West, I think it's just so wide open. Like, I think the Nuggets could make the finals. I think the Suns could make the finals. I think the Warriors can make the finals. Past that, you're questionable, but like, say the Grizzlies get hot. They got the talent, right? You're gonna laugh, but the Kings. If the Kings get hot on offense, the thing with the Kings is you just don't know.
It would
Right?
be
Like,
so
it's hard
funny
for me
if
to
the
say
Kings made
anything.
the finals.
Right? I'd love it for them, and I'd love it for whoever got to the
I'd love it
finals.
for the Celtics. That'd be a sweep.
If Kawhi stays healthy for the playoffs, you can't really count them out either, right? Like, he's got the talent.
Well, you can't even talk about this yet because you don't know who's going to be seated where. Who's
This is also
playing
true.
who. Like, at least in the East, we're like, okay, like Celtics, Milwaukee, probably 1 and 2 have to play somebody in the play-in. Philly's getting whoever that 6th seed is, and you're going to have
And-
Cleveland, New York.
Let me ask you this, Sam. Say the Lakers get the 8th seed and play the Nuggets. Who wins the series?
I think Denver should beat them. They're deep enough.
I
They
think-
have really good talent all around Jokic,
I think so too. But my point is, like, if I'm asking you the same thing about Milwaukee, Atlanta, you're not blinking. It's like not even close. If I say Lakers, Nuggets, even you said I think they should. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
it's because Jokic
just,
isn't like a killer.
it's also just how even the West is, in my opinion. Like, there's so many mid to good teams in the West, if that makes sense.
Jokic isn't like a force like Giannis. He's not a force like Tatum. He's not KD. He's not Steph. He's not on that
I
level.
guess.
He's a tremendous player and he does so many things well, but he's not the kind of player in the playoffs where you're like, okay, like we need a bucket, even though he's nice in the post, has great fadeaways, great touch around the rim. Obviously, he can set up his teammates like it's nobody's business. It's not the kind of guy that strikes fear into your heart. Not yet, at least. We haven't seen it yet.
So if you're the Celtics, you're only, I'll use air quotes for afraid, but you're only thinking about the Bucks.
Right
Or
now,
you-
yeah.
that's
Especially
the only team
because you
that
have to get
worries
past
you.
them before anybody else.
True. Very true. All right.
Especially.
We've been talking a lot about Jaylen Brown and how good he's been. Is Jaylen Brown a forward?
Yeah, he's forward.
Let's push the
Stats
forward
say it.
agenda. He's played most of his minutes there at the forward position. According to Basketball Reference, Jaylen Brown has played 57% of his minutes at the small forward, 60 total at the small or power forward, over half. He should be a forward for All NBA. Speaking of, Sam and I have our All NBA teams for the season for you guys today. We took some time for the show to write these out, and I think it'll be fun. It should be very interesting at the very least. So, shall we start with the first team?
Yeah, we can do that. Let me pull it up.
Let's go positions by positions. We can discuss a little bit.
We want to go 1-1 or 2-2?
2-2.
Okay.
Who are your guards? First team.
For the first team, I have Donovan Mitchell and I have Ja.
Okay. I have Donovan Mitchell and Luka Doncic.
Well, Luka's sad and doesn't want to play, so he could use that first team bump. Like, that'd be probably good for his like well-being. Because you don't know, he's been playing with Kyrie for a month and a half, and now he doesn't like playing basketball anymore.
I think Donovan Mitchell
with Kyrie, probably not, but we're gonna run. I'm gonna run with it. I won't even loop you in. I just think it's real funny.
I think Donovan Mitchell is unquestioned. I think he should be first team.
Nasty.
He's been playing great. His team's best. Yep, he's phenomenal. I have Luka because as great as Ja is, I think the carry job Luka has done to even get that roster to this point.
Yeah, to get that roster on the outside looking in of the postseason.
Hey, man. Yeah, like they made a Western Conference Finals run last year. Let's not act like that Western Conference Finals run wasn't a miracle run. Like that was some dumb shit. How did that happen?
They came back on somebody too, right? Yeah, Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix collapsed.
They were down 3-2, and then Phoenix got blown out in the 7-game series, 7-game. But Luka's stats this year and just the way he plays and everything he's done, I have him on first team.
I mean, he's got crimes committed on Ja.
What?
I mean, Ja had like the gun in the strip club he wasn't supposed to have a gun in.
Oh! I thought you meant Luka committed crimes against Ja. I was like, what are you
No,
talking about?
he's got him in that category.
I guess I do have Ja on a team. He's not on the first. Who are your forwards on first team?
First team, I have Giannis and I have Tatum.
Yep,
That
I
was the
agree.
one when we were in the show, and I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. It was Tatum.
Putting Tatum on first
It
team.
was Tatum.
He's unquestioned first team. He's been that good. Like you put him there. He a 3 week, 2.5 week, whatever you want to call it, 13 game rough patch. Not
This
enough
guy
to bump
really
him
just
off
doesn't
all
want to
your
win an
first team.
MVP though. He just can't play like a full season of like not
He's just-
being an
he's
idiot
just-
for like 10 games.
He's just proving how much he doesn't care about that.
Maybe.
No, I'm pretty
It's
sure
a
he said in
not
the past
care
he would
off
like to win
between
it.
him and Bede, like both not caring about the MVP.
Yep. Who's your center on first team?
Jokic. You know why? Because one, he beat Milwaukee the other day, and two, he's actually playing tonight.
I also have Jokic. I have him
Punk
there as
move
well.
by Embiid, who I actually like. You're
Little bit
playing
weird.
against the guy that you're competing against the MVP for,
Mhm.
and you're not going to play.
Yep.
What?
Whack. Second
Okay.
team
All right,
guard.
dude. I guess you don't care. You win.
Second team guards.
I have Luca. He's sad, and De'Aaron Fox.
Okay. I have Damian Lillard and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Wow. Job way down. Can't agree with Lillard. Stats are there. Team's so bad.
I don't blame it on Lillard though.
I don't blame him either, but like it's just like I don't care. Like
That's
I don't
fair.
know. You could
I'm
score
not gonna
like 40 a
complain.
game, and I really don't care.
I'm not gonna complain you not having him there. I like
Like Gilgeous-Alexander,
Yeah.
like that team's actually competing right now. Like they're in the play-in. They very well could keep Luka and company out because OKC has that tiebreaker.
you know what? You sold me. I'll put
Like Ja, they're second in the conference right now.
You're right. No, you're
And
right.
even
it
though
should be
that
Ja
Memphis
Morant.
team is good around Ja, like he still has to be the guy, kind of.
No,
Now
you
I know
sold
they're
me.
still good without him, but
You sold me. Ja Morant should be second team. I'll move Lillard to third team.
yeah,
I
I don't care, dude. Like I don't care about Lillard.
I'm not going to complain about Fox either. He's spoiler alert. He's on my third team, but
I don't think
yeah, that's fine.
Lillard sucks by any means. This is not me saying Lillard sucks, but like you know me, if you listen to the show, like I just don't care for these guys that aren't on winning teams. Like I don't.
That's
I know
fair.
it's not his fault, but like those teams just aren't serious. Like I don't know. If you're putting him on a winning team, is he still having that same impact? Maybe. He's been to the Western Conference Finals his career. He's proven he can do it. But like I can't get behind like big stats on bad teams. I just can't do it. I just don't care.
I agree with the big stats on bad team, but if they're efficient on bad teams, I think that's the
It's
separate.
fair. I think there's fairness
Like-
in that too.
Like I don't think you can have empty stats if you're shooting 46 and 37, right? Like if he was shooting 40% from the field and like you want the perfect example of empty stats, I'll pull it up for you and this is just the ultimate
Is it
shade. This
Tatum?
guy did nothing. No. This guy did nothing. Remember when Devontae Graham won most improved or like he was in the most
Yeah.
improved candidate?
Yeah.
Shooting 38% from the field and 37% from deep on 9 attempts a game. Like, that's great. Now he's
better
in
than
San
Tatum.
Antonio. Now he's in San Antonio. He's a 37% career shooter from the field and 35 from deep.
Yeah.
Those are empty stats. And Devontae Graham's a fine player. Whatever. He's a nice shooter. He can play make. Fine.
He'd probably
Damian
be decent on
Lillard-
the right team, actually, if you put him like as a sixth man.
Yeah, exactly. But Damian Lillard averaging 32, 5, 7 on 46, 37, 91 splits. Like, he's all NBA. He's a great player. All right. I won't complain, though. De'Aaron Fox, Ja Morant are fine. I did switch Dame on third team, Ja on second team.
Look at that. I
think that's
sold
correct.
Jack on something, basketball wise.
There you go. I still have SGA second team, though, because he's ridiculous. Who are your forwards on second team?
I have Jaylen Brown and Lauri Markkanen.
Oh, I have Jaylen Brown and Julius Randle.
Yeah, I just couldn't put Randall there. I really wanted to keep him off altogether, but I mean, all these guys suck.
I think that's a hate move, and I'm not going to complain, but like having
Just my eye
Julius
test
Randle
tells
on,
me that guy sucks. Like I just can't. You can't watch that guy play and be like, this guy knows what he's doing.
having
Like you
Lauri
watch him
Markkanen
play
on
every
second
time,
team,
and you're like, wow, like this guy's really lucky today, and it's just every day.
having Markkanen on his second team over him is blasphemy, and I'll allow it because I know you
It's a
hate
hate
him,
move.
but
It was going to be
That's fine.
Sabonis, but then we learned that Sabonis has played all of his minutes at center. So
he's a center. But I have Randall and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is a forward, by the way. He absolutely is a forward.
yeah.
And if he wasn't a forward, I think you sold me enough where I'd put him on over Dame. So
okay,
you go,
yeah.
anyways.
Well, I think he's put up great stats. to go along with that.
He's making a great push just in case he is the guard. He knew there was some controversy. He's like, all right, I got to seal this spot real quick.
Yeah.
But who is your center on second team? Surprise,
Embiid.
surprise. Yeah. And if we want to be real, the first team, if it was positionless, should be Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Giannis, Joel Embiid, Jokic, bump Luka to second team.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Second team at that point, throw Luka there. Bump, just replace Luka and Embiid, put him on second team, and then that can stay the same. Actually, no, I'd bump Shea for DeMontis. Anyways, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. Who is your third team guards?
I have Shea and Jaylen Brunson.
Ooh, you got rid of Dame altogether.
Yeah, I just didn't care. I told you I don't care. Brunson's been lighting the league on fire. I mean,
now let me ask you this.
Credit to him.
Why Brunson over Darius Garland?
It's a good question. You know why? Because nobody's talking about Darius Garland. That's why. It's why. Has
Fair
he
enough.
played enough games?
He has.
Okay.
Oh, we forgot to explain this. The reason you didn't see Steph, for the course of an entire season, there's a 58 game minimum to win the scoring title. And so in order to keep these All-NBA teams fair, we set that's 70.7 roughly percent of the season. So I just took that. Most teams have played 74 to 76 games. I just went with 74. 74 times 70% is 52 games. So we put a 52 game minimum on this. That's why you're not seeing LeBron or Devin Booker or Stephen Curry or any of those guys who haven't played enough games. KD, 52 game minimum was the line we set. So that is what we have here. Darius Garland has played in 65 games, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 47% from the field, 41% from deep. So I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying if I had to choose, I think it would be very close.
Guard position's real deep. Then you have all these guys on bad teams, Lillard, Trae Young, even though I'm not really convinced Trae Young's putting up real stats. Who else?
I do think to
like
his credit, I do think to his credit, he pulled it back. Kind of. He's averaging 26, 3, and 10 assists on 43, 34. Not great, but
you know what I really love is these guys getting mad at people saying they stat pad now. Even though Jokic was right to do so.
Oh, yeah, that was obscene.
But there are guys out there that do it.
Some people. All right.
I'm not really convinced you're going to be on a good team in stat pad. Unless you're Giannis that one time he wanted the triple-double.
That was fire.
And then they took it away.
Yeah, that was bogus. That's funny, though. Third team guards. Oh, you said,
yes.
Shea and Brunson?
Yes, Shea and Brunson. Brunson has really spearheaded that Knicks charge, too.
Yep,
that's another reason for Brunson over Garland, by the way, because he's probably the best player on his team.
Sure. I'll buy it. I have Lillard and Fox for my third team, so yeah. I just have them down. Third team forwards.
I have Randall and Pascal Siakam.
Ooh,
Jimmy Butler maybe should be there.
I have Lauri Markkanen and Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. I think Butler might deserve it over Siakam.
Maybe. I had Paul George as another guy who could potentially have made it. I threw him on there. I think Devin Booker actually did meet the requirements. He did meet the.
He's a guard.
I know, but I'm looking at honorable mentions now. My center was Sabonis. I assume yours was.
Yes, Sabonis.
Honorable mentions. I had Jaylen Brunson here. I had Darius Garland here. Paul George as well, and Anthony Edwards. I don't know what you want to classify him as. He's probably a guard, but he's been having a good season, so I threw him on there as well.
The NBA is something else now. I really don't know what we should do about all these positions.
Do you know? I know what they should do. Well, for positions, just make it positionless. But like, as far as the talent, expansion teams. Just that's what you need. You need 2 more expansion teams. You need the talent to be a little bit more dispersed. I talked about this a while ago on a show. The reason you saw scoring dip in I forget, it was like late 80s or late 70s or something, like they had like 6 teams to the league. So of course the talent's going to be more dispersed. And I think, and obviously you can't just add 6 teams to the league now. You could, but it'd be a mess. Like even adding 2 teams to the league in Seattle and Las Vegas, like you're going to see 1 quality rotation player pulled from every team almost. You're going to see 2 top 6 draft picks go to those 2 teams. You're going to see them start poaching free agents. There's going to be another team. Seattle guys might want to go to Seattle. You know, I think it would just help for talent, and it'll be entertaining. I think it'd be fun to watch. So that's my opinion on how to solve it. And I just think it's the logical next step for the NBA to add these teams. But yeah, all NBA is tough this year. There's just so much talent in the NBA. there are so many players deserving of these spots. It's tough to come to the conclusion that player X deserves it over player Y, and so it'll be interesting. And for all we know, like there's going to be some snubs. We'll see what happens. That's all I got.
Jaylen Brown should really get in though, especially with
I
the
agree.
absolute atrociousness in the forward pool.
Now, let me ask you this: is there a place for Drew Holiday?
No.
I agree.
I
It's
mean,
tough though.
we have like 6 guards that are just knocking at the door before him.
My
I
thing
mean,
is
he's
like
good.
the argument for best player on
It's
best
the
team.
all
Like,
defensive team. That's what it is.
sure,
That's the
throw
place
him
for
all
Drew
defense.
Holiday.
We'll do. Excuse me. We'll do all defense or something next week. We'll do those at some point too.
We'll figure
that. Could be
something
fun.
We're not prepared. I'm not ready.
All right. Yes, we didn't prepare for that. But before
study.
we get into what could be the last bracket of the month of March,
I think
it's
it
time for the
is.
rat list. It's time for the
Rat
rat list,
list.
Sam. I have
Who's-
one.
Go ahead.
It is a player / organization because I don't know who it came from.
Okay.
But Embiid and the Sixers are rats. You
Okay,
can't
go
make
ahead.
all this noise. You can't be talking. You can't say I don't care and then say you do care and all this bogus stuff. Have a matchup against the Joker people have been looking about for weeks. Giannis and Jokic just played, and you ducked out. You ducked it. Like you can't do that. Like that's not okay. That's a rat move. And I say I do Embiid / Sixers because for all we know, the Sixers were like, you're not playing tonight. You're hurt, and Embiid's pissed, right? Like you don't know what's happening behind the scenes. But regardless if it's Embiid, saying he can't play or the Sixers telling him he can't play, rat. That's just a rat situation.
I agree.
Rat move.
Think about the fans that bought tickets. Which I hate. I hate when they say that. Oh, the fans. Shut up.
I agree.
Screw
Was
the
that your-
fans that are like the opposing fans. Like you don't owe them anything.
Was that your rat as well?
No, my rat, I have a couple. One, LeBron. LeBron's back. If you don't know.
Just
They
because-
lost. They lost.
Yes.
He came back, but they lost. Why is LeBron a rat, Sam? Well, he came off the bench and did the stupid chalk toss in the middle of the game. Like he checked in the game and threw a bunch of chalk in the air.
Not a fan of that.
No, the game already started. It's fine. Do it before the game. But like they're like waiting for you to check in. and they lost, by the way.
Yep.
Pat Bev
Yes.
cleaned him up, packed those dudes up, got him out of there. Hit him with the too small after he hit a floater. Pat Bev rules.
Pat Bev is funny.
Pat Bev is the anti-rat list. He's
Any,
the hero list.
Was that your only rat today? I thought of another one.
No, I have another one. Joe Mazzulla rat list.
What?
Joe Mazzulla challenged a call with like no time left yesterday when they're up 44 points. If I was home watching that game, I would have been furious. Let the game.
Where were
end.
you?
I was playing basketball.
Oh yes.
You weren't
yes.
there.
I know. I had work to do. How was basketball?
It was really good runs. I played terrible.
Put me on the rat list for not showing up. I'm pissed.
But yes,
Anyways.
Mazzulla rat list. I'm nothing if not unbiased. I hold everyone to the same standard. I don't care what color he's wearing.
Also-
Can't do that.
Small update. Pistons within 6 points.
Oh,
There you
Pistons
go.
hero list.
My last rat of the day. Taking the T in to the Celtics game.
Mm.
If you're listening to TikTok on the train without headphones, rat. Not okay. Can't do that. Unacceptable.
That's weird as hell.
Like
I would be
there's-
so self-conscious if I was in a public place listening to anything on my phone that people could hear.
Mhm.
Like, never mind
Yeah.
on a train with a bunch of people I don't know. Like, I don't even
And
like
it's not
listening
even
to
like-
stuff in my house.
It's not even music. I've seen people bring speakers and stuff on the train, whatever. TikTok, you're just watching videos on your phone. At least do it quietly and like up to your face. It was the full volume. Rat.
Hmm.
Not unacceptable.
That's fair. Do I have a final rat list? I had one. I lost it. What the hell?
You can save it. We can save it for next time.
Actually, no. Rat list. Marquise Noel.
Who?
He was the guy on Kansas State, the guard that had 18 and 18 in the Sweet 16.
Oh, did you have
I had Kansas State, but that dude literally turned into prime Jason Tatum just chucking in the Elite Eight game.
Oh, and then he griefed and then he threw the game.
Well, he had like a monster game in the Sweet 16 to get him there.
Mhm.
And like the problem with that is he had like a whole like day and a half of the media like servicing him. And
Yes.
so he went in the game saying, I'm the king of the world, and he was just chucking. So essentially they lost the game because of him. But not really, because he still like did a lot for them, but it was a lot of like Let me just throw up any shot I can possibly take.
He was hot. He was feeling himself.
Yeah, but he wasn't hot. He was like shooting threes from the logo.
Very tough. Very tough. All right. Shall we embark on what could very well be the final bracket
Yeah.
of the month of the year?
Final
Let's
bracket.
do it.
Share screen. Go ahead. You got it. Share. All right.
Ooh, baby.
Today's bracket. Chain
Oh,
food restaurants. The trashy ones that you would never take a lady to, or they'd laugh in your face.
hear me out. I see it on there. My girlfriend Zoe and I, big chili fans. Love
Okay.
chilies. Chili's
All
very
right.
good. Shout out The Office.
Yeah, well, there's like a little bit of a story behind that then. Even though chili's like, we'll get there.
Yes.
First round matchup. Cheesecake Factory versus Golden Corral. Now I've seen ads for Golden Corral, but I've never seen
Never
one.
been. Never been. Meanwhile, Cheesecake Factory, pretty good. Not bad.
You have been, correct?
You've never been to
Like-
Cheesecake Factory?
What do you say? I've been.
Yes, I've been to Cheesecake Factory.
I remember you saying you were supposed to go there with Zoe, actually. Or am I wrong?
Really?
Yeah, maybe there's just I need to
Cheesecake
just shut
Factory.
up.
Maybe a long time ago. I don't remember. But
I mean,
Cheesecake
I'm sure
Factory is very
you don't
good.
remember every date you've been on.
No, I can't say I do.
I
Cheesecake
say
Factory good
Cheesecake
though.
Factory goes through a little expensive, but what are you gonna do? Golden
agree.
Corral, by the way, a buffet.
I think I knew that. Yeah. Good. Nice.
All right. Now you've got Chili's versus Longhorn Steakhouse. You said you were a big fan of Chili's.
Yeah, I like Chili's. I'm a big Chili's guy.
Chili's
Very
sneaky,
good.
very good deals.
Very good. Yes.
They've got the 3 for $10 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they have like a 2 for $25 type thing. They
Yeah.
also have the finest dessert on the planet,
Oh, it's so good.
the cookie skillet.
Zoe and I always get either that, the molten lava cake, or both. just
Yeah,
get 'em
see, I'm
both.
not sharing the cookie skillet.
Yeah, that is. The
I
downside.
went side story. Should have shared this at the beginning. I was thinking about it like halfway through. Sorry, we grieved at the beginning. We had nothing for you today. Just fucking nothing. I'm sorry. Saturday night, I go out and I get 3 small cookie skillets rather than one.
from where?
This place, BJ's. BJ's, great place. Great cookie skillets. I got a chocolate chip. I had a caramel chocolate cookie one.
Oof.
And I got a peanut butter cookie one. All excellent. Chocolate
Ugh.
chip cookie doesn't miss. They also had Oreo, which I tried because my friend didn't finish his. Not as good.
Unfortunate.
The monkey bread one they have, sneaky good.
There you
I
go.
think that's
Monkey
the
bread
last
is
time in a
good.
while that I'm going to like destroy myself, though. That's 2 Saturdays in a row where I just got like my equivalent of shit-faced.
Never say never. Never say
Well, no,
never.
not never. I just said for a while.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
Longhorn is on the other side as we get
Longhorn's-
sidetracked. There is
Longhorn's
a Longhorn
cool.
at the Warwick Mall.
The Warwick Mall, you said?
Yes.
Longhorn, not
That's-
bad, but Chili's clears, in my opinion.
I think that's very fair.
Let's run it.
Chili's.
Chili's advance.
Now you have Applebee's versus TGI Fridays. This is a
I don't-
little bit of a barn burner.
Kind of is. I don't frequent Applebee's. I don't frequent TGI Fridays. I would
Hmm.
probably say I've been to TGI Fridays more than Applebee's.
Okay. Really?
In my opinion, very similar. No, I feel like they're pretty similar.
They are similar. I would say they have similar deals. Applebee's has half price apps between certain hours that you're never there.
Yeah.
And TGI Fridays, endless apps. TGI Fridays back in the day, back when I was fat, sweaty Sam, was the spot. One time, me and 3 friends went there, and we just did endless apps. We did man versus food, whoever quit first, had to snort the pepper, and the kid actually did it.
Oh God.
Like nobody, I don't think anybody was gonna hold him to it. And he took the black pepper and just snorted it. He kept
Jeez.
sneezing.
How much
Potatoes,
are endless apps?
wings. I think it was like 11 a piece for each one. We would all just like kind of like split them.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's good. I feel like Applebee's is going to be the consensus answer, people, but I'd lean TGI Fridays.
I have great memories of TGI Fridays.
Yeah, I'd go TGI.
Yeah,
Why
they shut
not?
it down. Tougher TGI Fridays near me.
Brutal.
Now you've got Red Robin versus Red Lobster.
I've never been to a Red Lobster.
I have also never been to a Red Lobster.
Red Robin, pretty good burgers. Not
Red
bad.
Robin, also
The-
at the
the s-
Warwick Mall.
The salt they have, is that what it is? It's the salt, right? I've only been once, but I remember it being good. And they have this
Yeah.
like special salt. I mean, good. Red Robin,
Yeah,
good.
Red Robin quality. It's fine.
In on Red Robin. Run it.
All right, run it. Cheesecake Factory versus Chili's.
This is tough. This is
Head
quite
and
the
hands
matchup.
for Jack.
Cheesecake Factory is cool. I think Chili's better. Maybe
Okay.
maybe not better food, but overall price, convenience, locations, Chili's just better. I'm a big Chili's guy. Big fan of Chili's. Are you fine with Chili's going through though?
Yeah, Chili's can go through.
Okay,
I think
okay.
Chili's, again, fine establishment, good deals, good dessert. That cookie skillet is a big win.
The cookie
Don't
skillet's
really
carrying
care
a
for
little bit.
cheesecake.
I like
cheesecake's
cheesecake, but-
fine, but I'd rather have a cookie skillet.
Peanut butter, like Reese's cheesecake, good, very good, big
Oh.
fan. Yes, must try.
Oh my
All right,
God.
Chili's,
Click.
run it.
Click.
Yes.
There you go. Jesus. All right. TGI Fridays versus Red Robin.
This is basically like deciding who's going to get slaughtered by Chili's. I'd probably lean Fridays. Red Robin's fine. Fridays probably a little bit more versatile.
I'm telling you,
I'll say.
dude. Fridays, just killer memories at TGI Fridays.
Friday's good.
Red Robin, I don't think I have any good stories from there.
It's not bad. Good burger, but I'm sorry. I know you had good memories. Chili's far.
I don't hate Chili's. I don't have a problem with Chili's. Again, I like their menu. I think their oh my goodness. Cajun chicken pasta is very good.
Very good. I'm a big
That-
fan of the bacon chicken ranch quesadilla. Good.
Okay. I will go with
Fajitas are
Chili's.
good.
It's fine.
Chili's good.
Okay, on to the other side. Hey, ladies, we have Hooters versus IHOP.
I've never
Now,
been to
both of
Hooters.
these logos very strategically use the letters
Mhm.
to make faces.
I have never been to Hooters.
I'll tell you what.
Sam has been to Hooters.
I have been to Hooters because there's one in Warwick. I like their
Okay.
wings, but it's a very uncomfortable experience, and I'll tell you
Yeah,
why.
I don't think I'd like it. Well,
Are
I mean,
the
we
girls
can.
attractive? Yeah, kind of. It depends on the day. But it's really weird because, like, they don't want to be, like, they're nice to you, but, like, they don't actually want to be nice to you. Like, it's, like,
Yeah,
really, really weird. Like,
I
don't
just
like
feel like
it.
I'd be super awkward. And for its credit, IHOP good. Fan of IHOP. Not bad.
IHOP, not bad. They
fine.
actually, Hooters and IHOP very close to each other in Warwick.
I will say I would go to any local breakfast place before I go to IHOP, but IHOP's fine. Does that make sense?
I lean Hooters.
Really?
And it's not because I legitimately like their
The
wings.
wings?
Yeah.
I won't complain. I don't care.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
like their
been there,
wings a
so
lot.
I don't know if I've ever been to IHOP more than like twice, so like I won't complain. You can pick here.
Yeah, I agree with you with like the local place over IHOP. So yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Hooters.
Sam's pick, Hooters. There, we'll clear.
Dude, I just told you it's not because of the girls. I don't even like. If I could get rid of the girls at Hooters, I would. I don't
let
like
them
it.
wear normal.
It makes me
clothes,
very
like-
uncomfortable.
I agree. I don't. It's just weird. All right.
Texas
What do we got?
Roadhouse versus Olive Garden. The battle of the bread.
Yes. I don't know if this is a hot take.
Hmm.
I'm not in love with the Texas Roadhouse bread. It's fine, but it's like,
Yeah, it's funny. Like the generic thing about these places is the battle of the bread. But like I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you about the Texas Roadhouse rolls. I know the Olive Garden
It's
breadsticks
sweet.
kind of slap.
The Texas Roadhouse bread is sweet.
Is it? Dude, I
like
haven't
sweet
been in a
bread.
while.
It's fine. It's fine. I'd go Olive Garden, and I'm not a huge. I want to choose. I love pasta. I'm not a huge like generic pasta sauce, pasta guy. I like Alfredo. I like scampi. I like a chicken parm, whatever.
Mm. I love a good
But-
chicken parm.
Overall, Olive Garden is good and better.
Oh,
and
it's
the
fine with me.
breadsticks. Chicken parm
indifferent.
is a top 10 dish.
All
Chicken
right.
parm is amazing.
Cracker Barrel versus Buffalo Wild Wings.
Never been to a Cracker Barrel. Have you?
And yeah, there's a Cracker Barrel not too far from us. We used to go there for breakfast all the time. They have like a cool like little shop attached to the restaurant.
Hmm. Weird.
Buffalo Wild Wings is a place to play.
Love B-dubs. I have some memories.
I
there,
don't
too.
remember what comedian it is, but like they definitely like they use Cracker Barrel as like the generic white person place, and that's why
It
laughing.
is.
I don't remember who it is though.
It is.
I wish I could give him credit.
My memory at Buffalo Wild Wings, similar to your Fridays memory.
Mm.
In high school, we had this friend who, like, if you paid him anything, he'd eat anything. And like when I say anything, like I give him a quarter, give him $1. He just doesn't. He just like would drink the ranch. He would just like just all this weird shit, and I respect him for it. Love him. Beast. Eli, friend of the pod. He's been on the pod. Eli, early days of the episode, knows nothing about basketball. It was super funny. I brought him on and just quizzed him on random shit. He thought Michael Jordan played.
Speaking of that, we need to have Danny on in the summer when we need to just kill
We do.
weeks.
Yeah, I agree. But no, Eli thought Michael Jordan was on the Warriors. Funny guy, great guy. Just drank ranch. Just weird, but love him for it. But Buffalo Wild Wings, good wings.
Yeah, I'm something of a Buffalo Wild Wings legend myself. Now I know I've told the story many a time of me slamming back the 36 wings, getting to wing number 30, finishing it and hitting the wall, and then saying to myself, "Well, I can't like just save 6 wings," so I ate all of them, and I had a side of wedges, potato wedges, and then I immediately went home and threw up. I was dying, but Buffalo Wild Wings, place of many memories. Me and the boys would go there Thursdays for the buy one get one wings. We've been there for many UFC fights. Great memories at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo Wild Wings by me just closed. My dad and I went there on the
really
last day. On the last day they were open, it closed. We went there. We had no idea, and we
so
go.
They
in,
give you stuff?
It was empty. Not really.
Did they like give you a cup?
No, we didn't ask for anything. Maybe we should have, but
could have like got one of their super cool jerseys, like the uniform.
They were doing like they're doing like inventory and stuff, so I didn't want to ask.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but there's another one open. It's just a little further away. Anyways, what do we got?
We have Outback Steakhouse versus Denny's.
I've never been to Denny's.
Really? You've never been to a Denny's?
There's none near me. I couldn't tell you where the closest Denny's to me is.
Oh, like, Denny's was the after Black Friday spot. So like me, Ray, I don't know if you know the other people involved. I don't think you do. We would go to Black Friday, go to Walmart, white trash, me going to Walmart, just stand out there in the freezing cold so I can get an Xbox controller. And then we would like drive around, go to the mall, then go end up at Denny's at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, closest Denny's to me is 45 minutes away.
Where is it?
Attleboro.
Oh, Attleboro's 45 minutes from you?
The Denny's in Attleboro is, yeah. And second closest one to me, Johnston, Rhode Island.
Johnston. All right. Actually, they opened a Denny's in Cranston. This is like turning into like Sam tells stories around his town. But 2 of my friends got a job at this Denny's when it was like brand new. And they held the job for like a day. And then they quit. Like they both were like pumped they were going to be busters. And then they just quit.
Why'd they quit?
I don't know. They were lazy.
Oh, man. Yeah, there are technically 6 Denny's in Mass, but 2 of them are in Fall River and Attleboro, which are just like
Bristol County.
Yeah, but they're just like right next to Rhode Island. Like they're not close enough to me to make it worth. Like, yeah, there's just no Denny's near me.
Do you have thoughts on Outback?
I've been there. It's fine. I've been there and it's fine. I'm not a huge massive fan. Like it's good. I bet I'd like Denny's though, and if you have memories of Denny's, I am perfectly fine with letting it go through.
Yeah, I like Denny's. Denny's does not make you feel good though.
Making me excited to try it. Also, going back to the rat list. Going back to the rat list. James Harden out against the Nuggets. Sixers scared. Rat team.
Well, kind of not rat list because they're just like making it easy on the Celtics.
Sure. Fall back into the 6 seed. Why not? Or the 3 seed, I mean. Can they get the 4 seed at this point, or are they locked up at 3?
I think they might be close enough to get it.
They're only 2 games up on the Cavs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah, I would really not hate that, actually.
Unless the Celtics get the 1 seed.
Yeah, actually, well, I don't know. I'd sneaky rather play Philly.
Maybe you're right. All right, back to the bracket.
All right. Now you got Hooters versus Olive Garden.
I say back to the bracket as if this isn't a Celtics podcast. I'd go Olive Garden. I like Olive Garden.
I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm a huge wings guy. I love wings.
That's fine,
wings are probably my favorite food.
Yeah,
but Olive Garden's fine. Like I haven't been to an Olive Garden in mad long.
Whack snub from the list. I guess it's not technically sit down, but Wingstop wings very good.
They do not have a Wingstop in Rhode Island. Tried Wingstop for the first time in Foxwoods 2 weeks ago.
I might have to
excellent.
Order some Wingstop. I think I might
had a chicken sandwich, quality chicken sandwich.
I think I'm gonna be ordering Wingstop after this.
Oh, lucky you! I'm gonna be going to bed.
There you go. All right, Olive Garden. Put it through. Let's go. You don't like Olive Garden?
No, I just remembered I have to go to bed.
Oh, tough.
Now you have Buffalo Wild Wings
Ooh.
versus Denny's. This is not new. It's Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure
Yeah,
if you
no.
like your memories.
Denny's is like mid.
B-Dubs
Okay.
or Olive
Now
Garden.
you have Buffalo Wild Wings versus Olive Garden.
I think it's Buffalo Wild Wings.
I agree, but just Buffalo Wild Wings vibes place. Send it into overtime. Great ads. They have Klay Thompson in the ad.
This one sucks.
Head and hands for Jack. Chili's versus Buffalo Wild Wings in the final.
Oh,
They did a better job doing the PNG of the Chili's logo, though. Let me tell you.
They did. I have a lot of
Still a
memories
great
of Chili's. I used to go when I was a kid. There's like a Chili's close enough to us where it was like 10 minutes away. We'd always go to Chili's. So I remember that. Buffalo Wild Wings was like the spot in high school. We'd always go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Well, that's what it was for
right.
me.
So
And we still do it once in a while.
and now, yep, that's the reunion place. Fellows are back in town. Let's go to B-Dubs, right? However, like Chili's is now it's weird because Chili's went from family spot when I was younger to now I'll go there with Zoe. Like I've been there with Zoe a couple times.
Yeah.
Right. B-Dubs goes from high school hangout to now like all the fellows are back in town. So it's like it's two different memories that I'm picking from here with these places. However,
I'll leave it up to you.
oh no, don't do that.
Well, I typically want these brackets to be more your thing. And it's just me like reading them off.
I love wings. Boneless or bone in?
Well, I don't really like getting my hands dirty, so I'll order the boneless, but I'm not gonna like not eat bone-in wings. Like I can still be efficient. I just don't like getting my hands dirty.
I used to like boneless better, but I've grown to like bone in better.
Really?
So that's my go-to now.
Bone-in are probably sneaky better for me to order because I won't eat as many. Because literally, like boneless, I can just pop, dude. Like
that's fair.
Poke in my mouth, poke in my mouth, poke in my mouth. Clip that.
I was gonna ask you drums or flats, but you said boneless. Do you have a
flats.
Agree.
Flats
drums
easy to eat.
out
Break
on
it
drums.
in half, put it in your mouth, rip it. You're done. Yep. Next wing.
Out on drums.
Drums are fine. They're easy to bite into, but flats are easier to eat if you know how to eat them.
I like wings better, but overall experience, Chili's.
Especially, dude, you know people are watching this and they're like trashing us.
Yeah,
like you guys are so lame. You picked.
You want to know why? That cookie skillet, man. You got to go back.
All right, I can't argue with the cookie.
You got to go back. You got to go right back to cookie skillet. It is
when you come to visit Warwick in the summer, like when you come like hang out or whatever. We'll go to BJ's. You can try all the cookie skillets.
Phenomenal. I thought you were gonna say we can go to Chili's. I was like, oh,
no,
yeah, sure.
I mean we have a Chili's, but I mean you have a Chili's. What's the point of you coming here to go to Chili's?
No, that's wrong. Yeah, true. Very true. I'm trying to find the right background. All righty. I think that just about does it for us. I'm going to go order Wingstop because I'm hungry now. Who would have thought? Maybe I'll order Chili's. Maybe that should have been Jack finds his dinner and he orders from there.
Oh, we should have did that. That would have been so fun. That would have been so great. Like, what does Jack want for dinner? Yeah. Damn it.
Maybe we can fit in another bracket next time. I'd have to make a custom one with all my DoorDash stuff and we can pick my dinner.
Let's see. March is 31 days.
We can do another pod and we can pick my dinner in the next couple days.
Yeah, we're going to pod after the Bucks game.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do another bracket.
Thursday.
Pod might be at like 11:30 p.m. because I'm down to do it after the game. So we can drop it Friday.
I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Drop on the final day of the month. Do you want to do a what does Jack want for dinner bracket or do you want to do a Jack bracket and I can find pictures of myself?
That could be a Jack want for dinner.
That could be a stream thing if we do it, but I don't actually care. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Sam appreciates it. I'll do my couple plugs immediately, and then I'll let Sam read the bottom of the screen and then do the wrap up.
All right.
Subscribe to How About Them Celtics on YouTube. I think we are still 3 subs away from 300. Let me take a look here. We are at 299.
Oh.
1 sub away. We need one of you.
If you're new, go hit the button. Go do it. Be number 300.
I'm gonna get deep into the mic. If you're listening to this podcast, we are 1 subscriber away. I'm shilling for a subscriber. 1 sub away on How About Them Celtics YouTube. Go subscribe. Videos, pods are there. You can see us. You can see all the live streams. It's a good time. It's a party.
You got all the archives, dude. You can go watch the Sam bracket again.
Yes.
Which I'm still not sure if it was good or not. So let us know.
Yes. Go subscribe. How About Them Celtics on YouTube? We appreciate it. If you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, any platform you're on, make sure to leave a rating. 5 stars, please. If you're not going to leave 5 stars, go be mean to us in the YouTube comments. Go talk trash all you want. But if you're leaving a rating, please leave 5 stars. We would greatly appreciate it. If you're on Apple, write something in the Apple reviews. We don't have any reviews right now.
We
If
don't.
you go to Apple, leave us a review. Say, hey, these guys are cool. Tell us we're handsome, as Sam
Very
always
handsome, yes.
says. We'd appreciate it, and I will let Sam wrap up the show.
Yes, thank you very much for listening or watching. First things first, if you're looking to get yourself tickets to a Celtics game or other event, use promo code HBTC on SeatGeek to take $20 off your first purchase. Let us help you go see what you want to see. Does not have to be the Celtics. Can be a concert, comedy show, play, other sporting event. Doesn't matter.
Be like Lewis.
Be like Lewis. HBTC. $20 off your first purchase. Now,
Yes. Amazing.
if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. Be number 300 or 301 or 302 or however many it's going to be. You be that person.
Yes, sir.
Keep letting us climb the ladder. Leave a like. Leave a comment. We always love the comments. Makes my day to read the comments. If you're listening, don't hesitate. Leave us a nice review. Like Jack said, tell us we're handsome. 5 stars only. If you're going to be mean to us, do it in the comments. I don't care.
Yes, please.
On top of that, if you want more of us, social media at How About Them C's, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. If you're on Facebook, you can find us, just the name of the pod, How About Them Celtics podcast. You will get all the live streams there, and you'll get to be notified when we're going to drop pods. They'll be on the socials. On top of that, at Jack Simone NBA, you can follow Jack, get all his good work at Celtics blog. You can get his tweets, and you can follow me at Sam LaFrance NBA to see me complain about Jason Tatum. That's it for us. Bye.
Tic-tac-toe. Come on.